Here we go. What's up? What's up, chick? This is Michelle with the Raindrop Combos and my girl.
Stacy, what's going on, guys?
Girl, what we talking about tonight, man?
Woo! Looks like we're talking about triggered.
Mm,
How many men and women are triggered by Father's Day?
mm. All
What you
right,
think
let's
about that?
let's get into this conversation, man. Real talk, real talk.
Okay, real talk.
All right, man. This is a topic, man. This
Yeah,
is Father's Day. What do we have? Like an hour left before the end of Father's Day. It's 11:07 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, which is
right,
where we
right.
are. Got a few
Maybe three
memes popping
minutes,
up. Right, we got
right?
a few memes popping up on the screen, which kind of just tell you. I guess it was a ton of memes about deadbeat dads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty. A lot of memes. So there was no shortage. But triggered. Why are people triggered? I'll tell you why I'm triggered. But why are people triggered today? Why are men triggered? Why are women triggered? What do you say? What do you say?
I think that number one, men are triggered. Let's start with men.
Mm-hmm.
They're triggered because they don't feel like they're getting the recognition or the respect that they deserve. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I'm saying deserve very loosely. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Um, because let's keep it real. We got a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of dudes out here that don't take the time or take the effort, spend the effort to do anything else during a damn year.
Mm-hmm.
But on Father's Day, because on Mother's Day, mothers are showered with, so much
Mm-hmm.
everything, love, presents, whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel like they deserve the same thing. And some of them do.
All right.
But let's keep it real now. A whole lot of them don't.
Mm.
And for them to think that they do, I mean, how do you get triggered when you know that you haven't done what you were supposed to do 364 days out the year, but you think you should be showered on one day out the year for all the shit you didn't do?
Right. Right.
Come on now. That's
All right.
crazy. And I think that, a lot of women are triggered
Mm-hmm.
because they know what it takes because they are single moms and they're, doing everything for those kids. When the father doesn't step up, those moms don't have a choice but to step up. Single mothers don't have a choice but to step up if the dad don't step up or not. If he want to be a deadbeat, that's on him. But
Mm-hmm.
single moms know they got to step up. So yeah, Father's Day, what?
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? How the hell I'm celebrating you and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do for your own child? So I think that triggers a lot of women, and they feel like, yeah, nah, I'm the mother, and I'm compensating for your f ups because you ain't here doing what you're supposed to do. So yeah, it causes trigger. It causes both sides to get triggered. I get it.
Right.
What you
Now,
think?
yeah, well, girl, oh my gosh, what do I think, girl? I called you earlier today. I called you earlier today because I was like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah,
I'm separated, and my ex. I'm not gonna say ex because we're not officially divorced, but he
right.
called me feeling some kind of way today. Sending a text message about me not reminding the kids to call him and reminding them that they are, that it's Father's Day. And so, like I said, and I'm just gonna say it right here on YouTube, and for the YouTube stratosphere and whoever's listening, I shouldn't have to call you, and or I shouldn't have to remind them to call you to let them know that it's Father's Day. If you're a father and if you are doing what you're supposed to do, then there's no reminding needed. Period.
Right.
So yeah, I'm a bit triggered tonight as a female, as a woman, and some men are triggered because they feel like they're not getting the recognition. And I see a lot of posts about, oh, stop talking about, the woman is the father and the mother. But unfortunately, that's what we're finding ourselves in the position of. So you don't get to get one day to get mad and upset. Why are you mad? You know what I'm saying? Why are you mad
You
on
can't
Father's
be
Day?
mad.
Right.
You can't be
Why are you
mad.
mad?
How, like, that's like being mad. Like, that's like being late for work for a whole year, and then they fire your ass, and you being like, well, what the hell I get fired for?
Right.
You was late for work every day. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Right.
So don't get mad if you're not doing what the hell you supposed to do all year, and ain't nobody showering you with praise on one day.
Right.
And that's crazy to me. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about exes? What do you think about exes? Are like, do exes celebrate their, child's father or mother? I'm doing, Mother's and Father's Day. What do you think about that?
Well, it depends on the type of relationship they have. I'm all for the fact that if two people can't get along and they have decided to part ways and that person moves, to another relationship, I'm okay with if that father is still providing the necessary support, whether there's a new man in the kid's life or not. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Okay. Up to a point. Yeah. We definitely want to make sure that there are certain boundaries. But the thing is, there, like I said, there has to be the boundaries to know that, okay, I'm in a new relationship. You're in a new, if everybody's happy and you've moved on, then we're good to go. We're just all about co-parenting and ensuring that our kids have what they need. Right. But I'm seeing just a lot of this, girl, where's the protection in our community? There's a lot of single moms out here that thought they were in a good relationship, thought they had someone that was going to protect them, that was going to be there for them. I mean, where's that at? Come on, man. Come on now.
But we keep and so I think it's fault. We talk about that. It's fault on both sides. Yeah. Okay. Because I remember a situation from when I was younger, a friend of mine, not to get too much information, but a friend of mine, like she, her dad was, big time drug dealer, whatever. Her mom had, her, and he had a whole family at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so he was kind of sporadic in her life. And so it caused some problems. So, you know what I'm saying? And he was real for his primary family. Yeah, he was all in. But with her, it was like, okay, when we talk, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So in that case, the mom had to step up and be the mother and the father. So like in that case, is she supposed to celebrate the father? Because he ain't really there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't think that man really understands until they get older. Like the way you treat your kids now, please understand, dad is going to come back to you later on.
Right.
It is a full circle thing.
Exactly.
When you get older and you need your kids, hopefully their moms, raise them to be productive, self-reliant citizens, making their own money and taking care of themselves. But when they can do that and you get to that older age and you need help, I've seen it. I've seen men get mad because mom gets everything. Mom gets taken care of. Mom gets everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I stopped my whole life with my mom. Period. Right. You know what I'm saying? Gets everything. But that's because she poured everything in me.
Right.
Dads, if you ain't doing that now, while your kid's younger, please understand they're going to remember that. Mm-hmm. Period.
Right. I think that's just the natural order, because the thing is, the mom is the natural first nurturer, of the child. And so they're automatically going to be, they're going to have that attachment, to the mom in the beginning. And so the father has to be there to provide, another portion of support, in the relationship. And so I get that people may, not get along, end up splitting up. But the thing is, that does not negate your responsibilities to your child, period. No. And so you can't get mad at, when you're 50, 60 years old and the mom is getting taken care of. These kids are now, happy, productive citizens that are taking care of their mom, buying her a new house, a new car, and you're someone living in some kind of shack wondering why I didn't get, anything. Oh, I did pick them up for summer school.
It's just, stop being, what does your girl Cynthia G say? Stop being dusty.
Man, stop being dusty,
baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop.
That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, you should come back.
Come back. Right.
Yeah, you're a beta male because the thing is, you're a man. So the thing is, you shouldn't have to depend on your children to take care of you in your old age anyway. Because a man, an
Facts.
alpha male, has already set up his generations. You should be
That's
setting up the
facts.
next generation. We're not talking
That's
about your
facts.
kids, but we're talking about your children's children.
Yeah.
Why are you not setting up something for your children's children
Yeah.
to not have to worry about finances? You worrying about what they're doing right now, and that's why it really kind of brings the issue to the core of what's kind of going on in our community. I always say whenever we have our podcast, I can't speak on any other communities but ours. I'm a Black woman and I know what disintegration we're seeing in our own communities, where we have beta males that have been raised by women, and beta males that have possibly been raised by other beta males, and there's just no personal responsibility and understanding what it means to be a man in the community. Like I said, I don't see a lot of podcasts where Chinese people are going in on other Chinese males or Chinese women. I don't see podcasts where Hispanic males are going in on Hispanic women. I only see that in our community because we obviously have a problem. And I saw a podcast earlier today where this chick was like, "Oh, well, it's so many love and relationship podcasts, and you're always talking about what men aren't doing and what women aren't doing. We need to focus on the conspiracies and what's going on." But let me tell you something. If we can't come together in family unity and relationships, then we can't get together on anything else. We'll never agree on anything if we can't agree on what's to happen in our household with our finances and the raising of our children and our values. Where was our culture? Where is what is Black culture?
Yeah.
Girl.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I know, my godmother was telling me about this new Netflix series that talks about, like our food, like the history of our food here. So I definitely want to catch that and see that. But besides food, like I don't really know. Do we have a shared culture like that?
Yeah, it's so scary because when we were talking about that on the podcast the other day, when it was talking about, Chinese people have a culture. It's, the way they
High
raise
on
their
the Hog.
kids.
That's the name of it. High on the Hog. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, High on the Hog on Netflix. Yeah, catch that.
I'll post that in the comments so that everybody can check it out. But it's kind of scary because when I think about other, when we talk about the the bar mitzvahs for the Jewish culture, and we were talking about these rites of passage ceremonies for different cultures, I'm just afraid that Black people don't really have any traditional things that now
I mean, we have some, but they're not necessarily positive. You know what I'm saying?
And whatever.
They're not positive. Like going to jail, like in the hood, that's like a rite of passage. And so when we start talking about rites of passage, like when you start talking about for real in the hood, like there are rites of passage.
Right.
The killing people like for gangs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
But those are all negative. Where the positive stuff at?
And I'm seeing that whatever positive we did have when it was respect for your elders, and making sure that you show up for, family events and things like that. When I see that fading out and I see more of this other, this new kind of pushed on us culture of drug dealing and the images of us, it just makes us look like a really weak culture. And so when we were talking earlier about how, you walk into a white people neighborhood, Chinese people neighborhood, Jewish people neighborhood, and you're a Black man, you got to tell them why you there. But they can just walk right in our neighborhoods and we, where's our protection? Who's checking them about coming in our neighborhood? So they don't really need police there. They talk about, a Black police officer can't go shoot a white person in a white neighborhood.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. It's just, it's very rare that something like that happens. But they are doing it in our communities because we're not policing ourselves. We are not checking the young kids and the ones that are doing things that they should not be doing. So, I mean,
we're scared. I mean, like when I say we're scared, like because these kids don't have any respect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I say that
Yeah.
Right. I say that, but then let me also say this because I believe you can have two divergent, perspectives. So while I say that these kids don't have, respect, again, I say that it depends on how you approach them.
Right.
Period. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Because
saying?
they're triggered. They're
Right.
triggered. They're already like on 10 because
Right.
they did not have. I'm telling you, I think a lot of these, I'm telling you that a lot of things I see in young men, even like older men that were not raised by a father, that were only raised by women and around women, they have effeminate quality. Any man that argues and has an attitude with a woman, to me, that's effeminate because
Oh, I talked to
men,
my son about
oh
that.
my
Yeah.
gosh, I
I
cannot
don't like to see
stand.
don't suck your teeth. That is
And now
something that
and roll your
men don't do.
eyes and get
Don't do
mad.
that.
And oh girl, that thing,
Yeah.
oh, it's so disgusting to me
Yeah.
for a
That's
man
something that
to act like
you
that.
can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. To me, that's effeminate. That's what women do. We do that because we're, that's just us. We get attitudes. We're emotional. But a man, unfortunately, whether you think it's fair or not, should
Right.
be able to maintain his emotions because the thing is,
Right.
the men were the hunters and the gatherers. How can you be a hunter or gatherer when you were out there back in the day having to be out in the woods or whatever fighting for food? You can't be out there getting emotional with no damn lion and tigers and bears. You can't be out there sucking your
Not the
teeth talking
lions and
about,
tigers and bears.
but I'm saying you can't be out there sucking your teeth about, having to go out there and attack a wild animal. Which
No,
God,
not
God
like
gave you,
not
right.
like okay, I'm mad because I didn't get enough for Father's Day.
That's what I'm saying.
My
I mean,
bad.
thank you. We on some whole, yeah, you on some real whole like different. Man, come on. That's like so effeminate to me because like I
Man,
said, you sucking your teeth. God gave you dominion over every animal and wild
yes.
beast on this earth, and you can't even tame a damn Father's Day. You're getting mad because you didn't get a card or recognition on Father's Day. You really
And
think
not to
they
say
cared
that
about that back in the
those
day?
fathers that are great fathers,
Yeah.
pour into their children's lives, they absolutely deserve it.
Right.
You
Yeah.
act like those fathers absolutely deserve
Yeah.
what they get. Hands down, I'm 10 toes down with that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the ones that I see that are out there on the football field, that are out
Yeah.
there rooting for their kids, and that are there at every event. No, those are the real
Those
men.
fathers that take the
Yeah.
time out to volunteer prior to the pandemic,
Right.
we've had a
Right.
pandemic, so we know how that has gone. But
Right.
those who have put that time in to, coach that soccer league or that basketball league or football league, sometimes unpaid,
Right.
to pour into these kids' lives. Like, kudos to, and still have kids of their own,
Right.
to raise.
Right.
Kudos to those fathers. Kudos to the men who don't necessarily have kids biologically, but have been consistent fathers in children's lives. Shout out, to my godfather. Shout out to, my uncle. Like, shout out to, the men who have played that role in my life. But it's just it's not a lot of men that are out here that are doing that and being that father figure in the community. It ain't just about what you do in your house. Like, what are you willing to put into what are you willing to pour into your community? I look at that as being a strong man, a strong Black man. The fact that you can not just do it for you and yours. It's easy to do for you and yours. That's easy.
Right.
What the hell are you pouring back into the community that made you? That's important to me. And I'm side-eyeing anybody who don't pour into their community, who don't volunteer, who don't, I'm side-eyeing anybody, point blank in the period.
Right. And I'm telling you, I think that the reason why we're not seeing a lot of that, because when I see these boys that are walking around with their pants hanging off their butt, and that's on them. That's their choice. But the thing is, if somebody was, see, the thing is, there's a lack of what how many are being able to pour in because nobody poured into them. So now we're looking at generational curses that are actually going on in our community right now. You're looking at generations. You're looking at the spawn of, you know, what has already happened, you know, in our society, in our community. And so, like I said, other communities protect their community. They protect theirs. So who
Yes.
protected ours? Who poured into ours? Who just
Listen,
let ours go on, you know, just run wild, you know, and just
but
do whatever?
we haven't kept up with our communities. Like I
Right.
remember when I went to Egypt, I think that was the end of 2018, beginning of 2019,
Mhm.
for a birthday trip. And I remember sitting in Luxor, Egypt,
Yeah.
and me and my sister were sitting, you know, on this balcony of this beautiful hotel. We're overlooking, you know, this wonderful, elegant area, you know, luxurious area. And the first thing that I noticed,
Mhm.
and I think it may have been, let's say a Wednesday night, you know what I'm saying? It was some odd
Yeah.
night. But the first thing that I noticed was that all these families were out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there were all these families with the mother, the father, the kids. They were outside eating at restaurants. They were, you know, there were men gathered together at the hookah lounges, you know, that we could
Mhm.
see. And we could see all this from our hotel room because we were right over the downtown kind of like, you know, area if
Yeah.
you would, or neighborhood, you know, gathering area. But just to see, like, wow, families do go out, like they do get together if they have a place to do that. And
Right.
a lot of our communities don't really, unless it's centered around shopping,
Right.
we don't really have that. We
Right.
don't really see that.
Mm.
Like our lives are so focused on work and so busy, busy, busy. We don't
Mhm.
take the time to spend that kind of family time and gather together with our neighbors and with our friends. And
Right.
we just don't do that.
Right.
And I don't know, that's crazy to me. Like to see that happen in other parts of the world that have far less than we have.
Mhm.
Far less than we have. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But to see the family values or the value that is placed on family and fellowship in
Mhm.
other parts of the world, we can definitely benefit from that.
Right. Right. And so, you know, I know when we were talking earlier, because the thing is, we're not here to just beat up on our community. We're also pointing at the fact that you know, we're living in a society, a capitalist society, where it's, you know, if you're not working a 40-hour work week, you might not be able to survive with the wages that are being paid. And so, but then you countered with the fact that, hey, that is not an excuse for not making the time. Because the thing is, if you're working a 40-hour work week, you're getting your little coins, you paid your bills, and then you just want to go hang out and do your thing. It's priorities. And it's just understanding that we're talking about a future generation. You're not working out there just for yourself and for your own benefit. Yes, you decide to have children, so you have to pour into them, and you have to understand that you're setting them up for their future. I didn't have, there was no nest egg for me when I graduated from high school. And like I told you, I hustled my way all the way through college. And
Right.
so on me, my first
Right.
car, I bought my first car. Everything I
Right.
had was on me. My parents did not teach me financial literacy. They were
That's a
separated.
lot of the Black community. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of the
Yeah.
kids aren't learning that. Yeah.
Right. They were separated when I was 3 years old. So my mother was a single parent. She was working 2, 3 jobs. So, you know, she was not around. So, yeah, we got into a lot of stuff because she was not there. And so when it came time for me to move out and get on, you know, get out there on my own, I had to figure it out. And so, because thankfully, I adapted that hustle mentality from her. But it also made me realize and think in my head that I really didn't need a man. But I wanted a husband.
Mm.
I wanted family. I wanted those things. I just
You
didn't
don't
know how to
think you
pick them.
needed a man?
I
So
didn't think I
okay, so
needed a
because
man. No.
because what old boy said, old boy, I know we tried to reference to him, but old boy says Kevin Samuels is oh boy.
Right.
But oh boy says you got to think about retirement. You need, this much income or this much retirement fund.
Right.
2.9 million, I think is what he said, something to that effect. But it's like, so let me get this straight. Am I supposed to live my life according to how much money I may need? Like, what if I, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I don't make it into 80?
Right.
I will. Like, I'll make it to 90. I'm going to say that now. I'm going to claim it.
Right.
But, like, for people, they don't. Like, so are they supposed to just live in misery? If they are with someone miserable, I'll say that. Or just get with someone because they need them financially, or do you just live your life? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I've been following old girl Cynthia G, and if y'all on here listening, look up Cynthia G on YouTube. She, kind of has summed up that there is just a percentage of, if you want a black man, and that's what she talks about, if you are not willing to go and date outside or marry outside of your community, then just be prepared to know that there is a large percentage of black men in our community that are just not equipped or adapted to being oh my gosh.
And I'm gonna say that shit because I'm sorry, did I say that? Yeah, I did. For real, I'm gonna say
it. They're just not, they're dusty beta males. They are
because we talked about that earlier. We talked about it's a difference between making money. All of us have the ability to make money. Now some of those dusty ass males that we're talking about, they choose not to do it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you do have average men that are out there making money.
Right.
But the thing I think that separates, or that line of demarcation, as we've talked about before, that separates the average man from the high value man is not just earning the money, but knowing how to multiply that money.
Thank you.
Number one, that's the line of demarcation for me. Point blank. Thank you. Kudos for knowing how to make the money. Anybody can go to 2-3 jobs and make some money. Right. Yes. But what are you doing with that money that you make? Do you know? Have you taught yourself how to make the right investments? Have you taught yourself how to, double that money, multiply that money, put it here, put it there? How all of these, how real estate works, how buying properties, all of that. How do you know how to utilize the money that you're making from your 9-to-5 to create wealth?
Right.
Because to me, that's the differentiation between being average and being high value. Understand that.
Well, I mean, and that's for sure, because I'm telling you, it's a lot of black men that have been going in on all of these corporations that are offering grants to black women entrepreneurs. And so why are y'all mad that they're giving money to these entrepreneurs, these women? Because they see that black women are hustlers. They are going to go out here and get it done. They are trying to learn. They are taking courses to figure out how to build businesses and all of that. So, but why are y'all hating and you're angry? No, because they see that if they're going to invest in the black community, that's who they're deciding to invest in.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's still a yo problem. A yo problem meaning a man problem.
And thank you.
Because get your ass
right
with your black women
right
in your community. Take care of your goddamn kids.
Right.
With the woman that you made them with. Build a family, and you guys can grow together.
Right.
That's what you do. If this woman knows this, guess what? In these areas, you may have to bow down.
Right.
And if she's better than you in certain areas, you may have to bow down, just like she got to bow down to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But in order for you to do that, let that ego go. Let that pride go.
Right. Because why the hell do you think you can be called a king when you can't even protect your kingdom? We got, with all the things going on in our community, how in the hell are you a king when your kingdom is just an absolute mess. So you really look real bad to the rest of the world. Other communities are looking at us like, oh, their whole community is vulnerable. Yeah, how else can Chinese companies and Chinese, business owners come into our community and sell Chinese food, hair products, and all of that?
Because we have the women that are the ones standing on the front lines trying to protect the community instead of the men on the front lines doing what the hell they supposed to do. Point blank.
Exactly. Because when a black man becomes a hashtag for whatever reason, it's a huge deal. And now we got Black Lives Matter all over the thing. But when these black women become hashtags, we're not getting a lot of support for that. Black women have been standing behind black men, and our sons, our
not
husbands,
are in front of. That's the problem. The problem is the black women are standing in front of.
Yeah, but then you tell us we too masculine though when we do that.
Right, and so it's like, come on now, like you got losing again. Pick your poison. Pick your goddamn poison. Point blank.
Right.
If you want us to be demure and feminine and all of that and taking care of the home and
freaking man
dainty and all that, then stop making black women, stop putting them on the front lines for them to fight. Point blank. Stop making them or turning them into soldiers involuntarily and then dogging them out and degrading them because they have to take on those two characteristics. Come on now. That makes absolutely
step the
hell up. Step up and do what you're supposed to do in your family. How about start with your family?
Right. And even
there's a whole lot of unwed, parents out here, a whole lot of single moms out here. So it's a whole lot of opportunities for men to be stepping up. These women ain't, like we talked about, these women ain't just leaving for no reason at all. They leaving because your ass ain't leading. If you can't lead, what the hell does a woman need with you?
That's what I'm saying. And why you hating on the women? Why you hating on the ones? Why you hating on the black women that's actually going to other communities and finding men in other communities that actually tell you what they have to bring?
Let me tell you something.
To the table.
I told you. I told when I went to Egypt, I was like, well, how many men are gonna tell me that they will give me however many cows and goats and whatever the hell dowry is over there? Like they're like, oh my God, and like for real, I'll pay your family. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I started thinking about this. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to have to call my husband and be like, yo, but for real, like there are certain, or not certain, there are so many places abroad that actually cherish the black woman and actually see her as the queen that she is. It's over here. It's only over here in America that these westernized men, some of them, don't understand what they really got.
Right.
But understand, like traveling abroad, these men understand.
A whole different thing. It's a whole different ballgame.
And it ain't the only place I've been to where they like black women are like top of the line. No, that's not the only place I've been to that they feel like that.
Right. But it's only over here where, the music and the culture and the rap music, since we were in the 90s where it's, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And we've heard that for so long that we almost we did
in different area codes.
I mean, and so we have almost internalized that to think that that's what
that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we are hoes in different area codes.
Right.
And I'm telling you, man, it's gonna
video culture helped that out too. I mean, seeing video culture, seeing, how these girls were able to live by being, in videos and getting that fast money. Like that's played a huge role in influencing where we are today. Absolutely.
Right. And so once we recognize it, but I'm telling you, I'm so afraid that I don't know if we can turn this around, because the thing is, I mean, I know there's going to be the people that say, well, this was manipulated by, the media and certain,
Then damn that.
forces.
You got your own mind.
That's what I'm saying.
How
That's
the hell if you got your own mind? Like we each have our own minds,
right,
and we each make our own choices.
right. Everybody had a big mama and a family, and they knew what it was like growing up and how, close we were as family and cousins and all that. And then when we get to, getting out here into the world and you start making your money, you get your house and you start getting your cars, and you don't want to have nothing to do with your family, those family members that you thought were beneath you. I mean, if you just started with your family.
Also, let me say this, because let me also say it for the other side, because people can also act like that. And I forgot what movie that was. Oh God, it was a T.D. Jakes movie where they got married in the Hamptons or something with the Alan Thicke's old wife or former ex-wife, and Alonzo something. But I mean, it was kind of the same thing where he was saying that, his cousin was like, oh, since you got, started making all this money and you got with this girl, you think that you all of that. And he's like, nah, Negro, I ain't the one that changed because I got money. You're the one that changed that I got money. So sometimes people change on you. They switch it up on you because they automatically feel some kind of way about themselves. When you start elevating, when you start glowing up, they start feeling some kind of way about themselves, which shows insecurity. And so they start treating you a certain way, but in their minds, it's you. It ain't always the person that's glowing up.
Right.
That's all I got to say.
I
just want to add that on there.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. And the thing is, I don't think we can no longer use the excuse of oppression, racism, all of that. Because with the opportunities that are out here, to me, there's no excuses. Yeah, you're going to face some opposition out here. But I'm telling you, as a black woman,
it is a lot. But it's a lot of opposition. Let's get this straight. It's a lot of haters.
It's opposition and it's haters. But I'm going to tell you, as a woman, a black woman that started a web design business, and I'm not where I want to be, but the majority of my customers and my clients are black people. And I provide products and services that, they are willing to buy based on the customer service that I'm able to provide and my ability to deliver on what I say I'm going to deliver. So there are opportunities in your community for us to circulate our dollar in our community.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to hear that.
Have we talked about that? Have we talked about the circulation of the dollar in the community, in the different communities, and how many times the dollar circulates in those communities?
Oh, girl, the ratio. I mean, what
I want to say in our community, in the black community, I want to say it's hours. It's hours before it gets out to different, communities.
Because when they and just to make it clear for people who aren't clear about this, it means that when you go to the Chinese, after you get paid on a Friday and you go to the Chinese restaurant in your area and buy your, your fried rice and your egg roll, then you have now put money into the Chinese community because they're not putting that money back into our community. So when we talk about circulating dollars, we're talking about what you're spending in your community and who you're giving those dollars to. We know the Arabs, a lot of Arabians are running the gas stations and the Chinese restaurants and the beauty supply stores. So come on, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about circulating dollars. We don't own anything in our own communities.
But let me say this. Currently, a dollar circulates 6 hours in an African American community compared to 20 days in a Jewish community and 30 days in an Asian community.
Okay.
Come on now. Come on, black people.
Saying. Hours.
Come on, black
days.
People.
Hours versus
because
days.
We do have businesses in our community. So why is that dollar not circulating amongst black businesses in that community?
Because we're on Facebook and once a black business owner does one thing wrong, then you are on there, you're already expecting that, oh, they suck. This is, oh, I can't believe they did. But you get shafted at Walmart and Amazon every day and you are still spending your money with them, but you want to kill your Black business owners because they did one thing wrong. So, like I said, yeah, you're talking about
and
oppression.
we have to be, but here's the
Yeah.
thing. One thing is understand it, like Black people are so loyal. You know what I'm saying? Like Black
And
people
so
can
forgiving.
really,
We don't cancel that
yeah,
Why I talk
yeah.
about cancel culture? We don't really cancel each other. You know, we get
No,
mad, but we don't really
no.
cancel each other. We are so forgiving. Yeah.
Yeah, like I went to this restaurant the other day
Mm-hmm.
with my daughter, and like it took a minute, you know what I'm saying, for us to get our food or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, okay. You know, it's
Right.
taking a little minute, but that's okay. You know, we'll wait and we'll see, because I've taught her to be like me, not a complainer. You know,
Right.
let's just let life unfold. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we finally, you know, I ordered, and we were on the opposite side of town because I'm trying to re-engage with, you know, my home side of town, you know. And so what happened was we were over, my sister had told me about this place, and me and, you know, my baby were out that way. We're waiting for our food, and the food comes, and we're like, okay, I'm starving. The food better be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, we both tasted our food. Like, she tasted her macaroni and cheese. I tasted my lima beans.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both like, oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh my God, it was worth the wait.
Thank you.
And then I tasted my, you know, chicken. It was like, oh my God, you know, like it was worth the wait. So shout out to Belinda's over at Stonecrest. It was the food was amazing.
Right.
But it would have been crazy for us to be mad, or for me to get mad because it was, you know, taking a little bit.
Right.
I just want to know that it's worth the wait. You know what I'm saying? Had it not been worth it, that we would have had a whole nother problem.
Right. Quality is a totally
Quality
different thing.
is
And the
so
thing is
important.
And don't act like you ain't had to go to Walmart and stand in line for 5-6 hours. And
because it's 100 people in line. It's only 3 cashiers.
That's what I'm saying. So why y'all killing Black businesses because you had to wait? And so, like I said, regardless, man, shout out to the beautiful out there on Cascade. And I don't even yes, the beautiful
and Big Daddies,
baby. They have been in business for years, and you will go in there and you gonna wait. But baby, the food is worth it. The food
is so good.
It's worth it. So, because I mean, how we do our food, it's soul, baby. It's soul that goes into that.
Yes.
So, you know, when I hear about these celebrities and these, you know, these Black celebrities that are out here doing their thing and not really pouring back in the community, you know, that contributes to, you know, this whole culture as well. It's like we're you know, you guys are killing our culture, and you're creating something that makes us look really silly, you know, out here in public, and I just don't like it. And so
I wonder about that. Like I wonder, like I was listening to Ryan Cameron's show, the Ryan Cameron show the other day.
Yeah.
And he was talking to somebody. I don't know. I was actually on the live because he has a live going on as he does his show. So you kind of get to see a lot of the background movement. And so he was talking to someone, and they were telling him that Future has a restaurant in, I guess, the Edgewood area called Hendrix or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, like I get the restaurant thing, but I'm just like, there are so many communities, Black communities or Black areas here in Atlanta that that need revitalization.
Right.
And so while we are spending our money, I say we, let me not say we, while, you know, these celebrities are spending their money to enrich themselves, like, are they really putting the money back in the community where that would really help to revitalize some of these places and really make them the Black meccas that they were supposed to be, or that they started out as?
Right.
It just, I don't know. And then part of me is like, you can't tell people how to spend their money, but it's like, don't come at me like you're doing so much for the community if you really are doing it for yourself and you're not doing anything to enhance these communities and to, turn these communities and back into what they used to be. I don't understand that.
Right. And so, yeah, and shout out to, people like King Randall, this kid down in Albany that's trying to, that's trying to get a school started. And so just kind of get back to the point of this whole, triggered Father's Day. Why do all Black men think they're high value? Is because you're thinking you're high value because of what rappers and hip hop people are telling you.
God,
everybody can't be a rapper. Everybody can't be a basketball, superstar. Every Black man is not going to be, in these high, so-called high valued positions. And so the whole
Stop
point
listening
is,
to Kevin Samuels about what high value is.
Right. And,
like,
and
you know what I'm saying?
Mad, and stop getting mad on Father's Day because you're not getting the recognition that you feel like you deserve. You have to do something.
You're not high value.
Yeah. Right. And stop making excuses, because the thing is, just like we said, there aren't any excuses, because there's so many opportunities out here right now that I don't care. Ain't no white man hold you down if you don't hold yourself down. You're holding yourself down and you're using that as a reason to say, oh, well, I would be doing better for my family if, only if, but I know plenty of Black business owners, male, that have started service-based businesses, landscaping,
landscaper, yes, like landscaping business, like you said, moving company.
I did a website for a dude that did a
shout out to Graves moving company. Yeah, no, I get it.
So
like,
there aren't
get
any
out
excuses.
And do something.
That's what I'm saying. The business is out there, but what you're doing is letting people influence you to think that you are oppressed when you're not really as oppressed as you think you are. Yeah, there are going to be challenges, and just because you run into a little opposition, that doesn't give you the right or the reason to stop what you're doing and to keep pushing forward. And that's my problem. Is
it opposition though, or is it okay? So let me ask you this: is it that a lot of men, and I'm not talking about high value or the way that Kevin Samuels, says it. I'm talking about just regular people, just the arena that we're in. Like, do they really kind of understand? Okay, I forgot where I was going with that. Don't worry about it. I forgot where I was going with that. Go ahead.
Okay, well, let me pick up.
I'll come back as usual.
Like we do.
Right, I'll come back as usual.
Yeah, but my thing is that, we just can't keep making excuses, because to other communities, it looks like our men have just kind of, they're defeated. And so if you can't be a rapper or a athlete, it's like, what other options do we have? I'm just going to go work for the man, and I'm going to work this 40-hour per week job, making, not being able to earn a livable wage. And I'm just going to keep living life, and, I'm going to be bitter and upset, and I'm going to get mad and triggered on Father's Day because I'm not getting the recognition that I deserve. And so
why can't you just, like, I don't understand why there are so many. I think that's where I was going. Like, why are there so many? Because I know so many single women, and I know so many single guys, or so many single men that, are good people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't all these people getting together to build? I think we talked about that. Like, why you don't have to live a life of lack.
Right.
If you just did right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it about now and again, this dating market now, that people feel like they have to be whoever, to actually find the right person, and or like, I don't get it. I don't get why we don't understand just coming together and in truth and honesty, being together and building. I don't get that.
Right. Well, I'm telling you, like I said, man, it's a lot of different factors. I think men get triggered. They, don't want to be, told to do anything. There's like this, trauma from, I think it's a slave mind. I think, men don't want to be told what to do now. And if it's coming from a woman, their mom or whatever, they don't. Because I have a hard time with my own son. because he is very, combative when I tell him just to do simple things. And so
Yeah.
there's this, combativeness. I think that's part of nature because he wasn't a slave. And I don't think he can even
Right,
identify
right.
with that slave mentality. But I just think that, men are like, oh, I can do it on my own.
But is
then when
that
they mess up,
everybody? Is that everybody or
it's not
just
everybody. It's not everybody. But I think when a man, is told that, oh man, you could do it this way, it's a pride thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think there's a huge issue with pride, and pride always comes before the fall. According to the Bible, pride comes before the fall.
But I think that men are they under like you said the other day, they innately have or inherently have a sense of wanting to provide, wanting to be the leader of the pack or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, they kind of have that already as a part of their nature.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what they're supposed to do. And so that is a pressure of being a man. It just
Right.
is. That's how
Right.
nature created it.
Yeah,
So
and if you can't handle it, then you
right,
need
like
to
so
get out of
what we're running into, I think, are men who don't know how to take that pressure or don't understand.
Right.
Like that is just a part, like just like we have things that we have to take care of
Right.
or that we have to naturally take on as a woman. Okay, we're expected to be, whatever. We're expected
Right.
to be well put together. We're expected to be some form of educated, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we're expected to do all these things, but yeah, like man, there's an expectation on you too. In
Right.
order, like your role as Adam or
Mhm.
descendants of Adam means
Right.
that you are the leader of the family. And so that comes with the pressure that unfortunately as women we'll never know what it's like to be a man. We'll never know
Nor
how
would
it
I want
feels.
to. Right.
No, like we don't know how
Right.
it feels to, have the weight of an entire family on our shoulders. Like that's
Right.
a huge. I'm a woman and I'm like, yo, that's a
I wouldn't want
huge
to do that.
responsibility.
But
I don't want that either. Like I'm
But
so glad I was
honestly,
for my
yeah,
gender.
right. But you say you don't want that, but it seems like a lot of single moms have had to
have
take
had to
that
take that
on.
on, and that's the
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And
Right.
so it's like, man, are you really going to contribute to that? Like,
Right.
why?
Right.
If you can step in and take on the role that you're supposed to take in leading the family, why the hell would you lay down with someone and create a family that you know that you can't lead?
Right.
That's stupid as hell.
And why
Like,
in the
come on.
hell? Right. And why in the hell are you dragging? I mean, when you see these celebrity issues going on where you got these celebrities dragging their girlfriends in elevators, and we're not mentioning
Come
a lot of
on.
names. I mean, y'all beating them up, and we see just even not just celebrities, but you see, women that white women that have dated black men, they are coming up missing. Black men dating black women, they are shooting their. What the hell is going on? It sounds like y'all are really triggered. You know what I'm saying? Y'all triggered on a
there's
level
some
that
triggering going on that we don't even know what it's about.
yeah, because
We
y'all
don't
look normal on the
understand, and
surface. On the
yeah.
surface, you look very normal. These are very normal looking people on the surface.
Looking.
Looking. And
right.
But on the back end, behind closed doors, y'all cannot handle this shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't handle it, then now women are forced to do what you are supposed to do. And it's just, it is what it is, because a woman's gonna do what she got to do. And like I said, shout out to all my black women.
Take care of the kids, right?
Period,
yeah, she has to take care of the kids. Take care of
herself. That's what I'm
take
saying.
Mama
family,
Bear, yes.
Mama Bear. That's I've seen that with the cat. Even these damn ragged ass cats in the neighborhood that's having kittens all over the neighborhood. These cats, these mama cats.
You talking about real cats, girl?
I'm talking about real cats. I'm talking about they stay with their cats and they protect their cats, and the daddy cat, whoever done pumped them up, got them pregnant, they're gone. So it's human nature. God made it where the mother has the mothering nature. Right. She is going to take care of her babies no matter what.
Right.
But when you're putting extra stresses on her, because I've seen where they're, and I know it's crazy to be using cats as a
I know, I
as
get
an
it
example,
though. No,
but
I
I've
get
seen
it.
like the little kittens like running around the neighborhood looking for their mommy, because now she has to go and take care of herself too. So now
Yeah,
there's neglect of the kittens. Now the
yeah,
kittens are running through the neighborhood, and we like, oh, look at
yeah,
these little
because they
kittens.
don't have a balance. Yeah, I know,
There's
I
no
get it.
balance. There's no
Yeah.
balance there. So I mean, I know it's like a crazy, comparison, but it's
No, but it
nature.
makes sense,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Right.
nature. And so, yeah, when they talk about self-care for women and black women needing self-care, take time for yourself, girl. Do something for yourself. Go get your nails done. Go get your massage, because women
Look
take
at
on
your
so much. If
eyebrows
you're
done.
right, if you're a single mom, and even if you have a man in the home with you, if that balance is not
It's
there,
off. You're right.
then there's going to be a problem. There's
Yes.
going to be a problem. And so we just
And a lot of
contribute to
times
the,
as women, we just kind of we stay on go mode.
yeah,
So we overlook a whole lot of stuff. We're
right.
oblivious to a whole lot of stuff because we're so caught up in our daily routines and doing what
Hmm.
we need to do. And we overlook when we're not getting what we need
Right. And
until that shit builds up.
exactly.
And then
And
you get to a point where you're like, hold the hell up. And I
right.
think you and I talked about this earlier. Like 2020 was actually a year of reawakening
Yeah.
because I personally felt like I had towards the end of 2020, I was like, I felt this reawakening and I felt
Right.
like, where the hell have I really been for the
Hmm.
past 15, 20 years? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Right.
kind of like I had this Biggie shirt that said it was all a dream. And that's literally how the hell I felt that the past 15, 20 years have been. Like it was all a
Right.
dream. And you awaken and you're like, what the hell is going on? How did
Right.
I get here? How did I like this is a journey of reawakening that we're in now.
Right.
So if you are seeing things that you've never seen before, you're understanding in a different way, understand that everybody's going through it with you.
Hmm. And
And
I'm
this is a time that these are decisions that we have to make. These are forks in
hmm
the road where we have to really decide which do we want, a phony life or do we want a real life?
right. And you know what? As we come up on this 1 hour mark, I'm gonna go ahead and make my final comment, which is to say that black men, white men are not intimidated by you. They are the majority.
Mm.
They are the majority of this society. They are not afraid of you.
Are
Actually,
they the
they are.
majority?
Well, I mean,
I
compared,
think they say they're majority, but they're not really majority
well,
in
but
the
as far
world,
as how they
globally.
feel, as
Hmm.
far as how they feel and
Privilege,
their
yeah,
confidence, yeah, they're privileged, yeah.
privilege and confidence,
So
yeah.
yeah, they're privileged and confident because they know that they're going to protect their what they want to protect. They don't want you, mingling in their stuff,
Which is
and
so
so don't.
stupid. Like we're
Yeah,
all freaking equals. Like
I
quit. If
mean,
we can
no, but
stop as a freaking society thinking that we're better because of our color, because I'm
but
one race or I'm one nationality, and like
I mean, and
it's so damn
listen,
stupid to
and
me.
I mean, it
You
might be
ain't better
stupid to
because
you.
you a different color than me. We the same, and stop acting like that. Stop acting on that privilege.
Listen,
That shit is getting on my
listen,
nerves for real.
listen. And I hear you on that, but what I'm saying is that they're protecting their culture. And the thing is, yeah, it
What
might not be right.
culture?
Listen, calm down. Can I just finish my point? They are
You sure
protecting
can.
they're protecting their culture, even if their culture is white supremacy. But the thing is, who the hell is protecting our culture? If we got black
Mm.
supremacy, so I'm not, they might be racist, they might be doing some really dirty shit out here. That's them, that's on them. But the thing is, how can they get away with it if we were protecting our culture? Where's the black supremacy and Chinese
Where's the black
supremacy and Jewish?
unity?
That's what I'm saying. So they got the right to think however the hell they want to think about who
Mhm.
they are and what they are. So now equal, I get that. God made us all. We're all human beings. But when what they were trying to build that Tower of Babel, the Bible said they were trying to build a Tower of Babel, and God crushed it down and gave them all different languages so that they thought they were powerful enough to build a tower up to heaven. So we're all different cultures for a reason. God made it that way. So the thing is, it was to protect your culture. He gave you a different language. What we
can
speak,
get into the 12 tribes of Judah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we ain't gonna go there. Maybe on the next podcast.
There you
But
go.
all I'm saying is that if they're white supremacists, where is the black supremacy? We don't. You know what I'm saying? Where's our supremacy? Where is our pride in who we are and what we are? That's all I'm saying. I don't give a damn if they don't like us and they think that our black skin make us less than them. Where's our supremacy and where is our black men to protect us? Y'all moving over into their culture. You want these women that are culturally ambiguous, these mixed race women, and I don't have any problem with that. Like I said, I am a Christian, and I'm gonna state that all day, every day. And you might see me
I
popped
just
off
love
from
love. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like I just love love. I get it. Like,
but
right.
we got some problems going on
Yes,
in our
we
own
do.
community, so we can't be fighting for nobody else until we get our stuff straight.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. Period.
That's like facts. Like, stop being a person at the line and fight for everybody else, and you ain't even fighting for your own house.
Stuff all messed up.
Hello.
That's all I'm saying. So it is what it is. We're on an hour on this podcast, and like I said, we just want to jump on to talk about this because I was a little bit triggered, from some things that happened, on this Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
Right. So, here's the thing, fathers, start doing what the hell you supposed to do for them kids. Do all the other 364 days of the year.
One day out the damn year. You get mad on one day out the damn year.
Please.
You know what I'm saying?
And at the end of the day, stop. What I don't understand is stop feeling the need to be celebrated for the shit you supposed to be doing.
Anyway,
you know what I'm saying?
Get celebrated for the extra shit.
Hell out of here with that.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all on Facebook and Instagram, and you see people that celebrating their husbands and dads at damn steakhouses and stuff like that, and you getting mad because you ain't got nothing. You sitting in some dusty ass room by yourself, and nobody's thinking about you. Nobody ain't called your ass, and then nobody sent you no card.
I wonder why.
Thank you. You did it to yourself, period. And I don't give a damn. You might get mad about it. I don't care. You did it to yourself. It is what it is. And that's all I got to say about it.
There it is. So let me end this by saying Happy Father's Day to those fathers who are always engaged in their kids' lives, who always want to see, their kids striving for more, doing better than them, and who are always supportive and there when those kids call and need them. And you don't just start that when the kids are, grown. You've been doing that consistently throughout their lives. And so now that they celebrate you as, older children, they're celebrating you, and you deserve it.
Right.
You deserve every bit of celebration for the sacrifices that you've made as good parents or as being a good father. So for those fathers, I salute you. Again, I shout out, to, the fathers that are fathers that are community fathers, that are not necessarily biological fathers, but that are community fathers. They have children, that are not biologically connected to them, but they are still fathers in their lives and have poured into their lives the same way. Thank you. Shout out to y'all. Salute to y'all. Y'all fathers that ain't got it together, get your shit together.
Pretty much.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Period. That's it.
That's it.
Get your shit together.
That's what I'm saying. Go get some counseling. Go find a mentor. If you didn't have a father, there are plenty of men out here that will still mentor you, even if your ass is 30, 40 years old. There's mentorship. There's counseling. There are ways to get your shit together. And I'm just going to say that, and I'm going to be through with it.
Be honest about how piss poor you're living your life.
And that you're having some issues, and you have not quite connected with the fact that your father wasn't there for you. So, or, come on, man, let's do this. So anyway, like I said, this is Raindrop Convos. We dropped in on this Father's Day, feeling a bit,
Happy Father's Day.
Right. And happy Father's Day for real. And feeling a little turned up tonight, but definitely want to jump on and just, let people know how we were feeling about this topic. And
usual. Shout out to the mothers who are out there, having to be mothers and fathers. You know what I'm saying? Because you have fathers that are not involved. And so, and shout out to the mothers who are out there who are, trying to make, in their kids' eyes, trying to hold up the fathers that aren't being 100. You know what I'm saying? But those mothers are so good-hearted and so, full of light that they are trying to make sure that you look good still in your kids' eyes. Shout out to all those mothers.
Exactly. And just understand, you are, everybody's not high value. And the thing is, what's your value? How do you measure the value?
How do you rank yourself?
Exactly. Rank yourself and drop it in the comments. Any women, any men that have any, comments about this podcast, you got any information you want to share, you don't like it, hey baby, thumb it down. If you like it, thumb it up, share,
we love
subscribe. To hear it. Hey, we all
tell
for
us what you got to say,
because we need an open discussion about how people are really feeling about what's going on in our community. So anyway, this has been Raindrop Convos, and don't forget to visit our website at raindropconvos.com. If you have content that you'd like to share, if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss, please email us at info@raindropconvos.com. And this has been your girl Michelle
and Stacy. Thanks, guys. We love you guys.
Have an awesome night. Hope you guys have a great week. Look for some more content coming out for us.
Elevate this week. That's what God has for you. Elevation.
Elevate.
That's what's on the agenda this week for you and for your
elevation.
Life.
Do something. Do something. Make a positive step. Do something.
Take the first step.
Indeed.
Love y'all.